Oh, sweet Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
Let the horror begin. Part 1. We're in the parking lot. My good friend here, SK2, is very late, so we don't have time to hang out in the parking lot and talk.
As usual.
All right, so we're moving right on to part 2 of episode 1. We're going to go buy the tickets. In this movie for today, we are commentating on Martyrs, a 2008 release directed by Pascal Laguier. Way? Do you agree with that?
Oh, don't look at me. Yeah. I didn't take French in high school.
Oh, pardon.
Yeah.
Pardon. Yeah, speaking of French, this was made in France. There's a French-Canadian Quebecois connection. The reboot of the same title, Martyrs, is going to be coming out Friday, the 22nd, 2016. And hopefully by the end, we'll let you know if it was worth rebooting or not. All right, so let's go to the next part, the previews. We don't have much to preview here except look forward to a Preboot Theater 2016 schedule announcement. We're going to announce the rest of the films that we will most likely be commentating on for the rest of this year. And since I told Brian, his name's Brian, I told Brian that Cloverfield was just announced. And
Not that excited. I'm not that excited about that. No offense to anybody who is, but not too excited about Cloverfield.
I can't honestly say I've seen the full movie Cloverfield. It's just the shaky cam kills me.
Yeah, the whole Blair Witch thing.
But
They were late to that party anyway.
they got some good reviews, so we're gonna consider it. But just look forward to a video coming shortly of us announcing our Preboot Theater 2016 lineup. In addition to previews, Brian and I are going to do some original videos, some teasers, if you will, that will play with the preboots of the recording of the episode.
One is already posted, if I'm not mistaken. One,
There is, but we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. But yeah,
come on.
that might get a little
Come on,
changed.
don't be modest.
Ugh.
Don't be modest. You got to keep that one up. Jasper was kind enough to recreate the Jean-Claude Van Damme drunk dance scene from Bloodsport.
Another French-speaking person. Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah, I practice my French accent to do my dance moves. And yeah, that's a little taste of what's to come in the preview. So this will be a moment where we can just have some original releases and announce what's to come. So now we're on to the picture. This is the main course of our podcasts. It's up to you to find the video. How did you find it, Brian?
I actually rented it through YouTube, which I didn't know you could even do. So it was this was actually tough to find. This is a tough video to find because as anyone who will eventually see it, it's not too mainstream. It doesn't cater to a very wide commercial audience.
To say the least. I mean, there's criminals out there that will be chomping at the bit to get this one, but this is probably the most requested movie of some certain ward of prisons. But yeah.
Yeah.
So
Probably have it on, like, if you went to an S&M club in New York City, they'd probably have it on a loop, down in the dungeon.
All right, spoiler alert. Let's just get it out of the way. We're going to just talk about the movie. We're going to reveal everything, hopefully. And in addition to a spoiler alert, We have nothing to do with this movie.
No way, shape, or form endorse this.
Yeah, I mean, it was tough to watch it once, let alone watch it a couple times, and then watch it again one more time. So share the pain with us, share the pain
Ridiculous.
with the characters,
Yeah.
and
I enjoyed certain scenes.
okay, we'll see. We'll see what's happening. Interesting movie. Go to our website, theseakickers.com. Check out our reviews. Brian's going to be putting one up pretty soon. We have extra content there, or check out our YouTube channel where our podcast will be put. We can listen to at your convenience and queue it up with the movie.
Also, feel free to comment. Twitter. We have a Twitter account, and feel free to post anything, comments there as well.
Yeah, the more comments and going back to the parking lot, that's the time for your comments. We'll answer questions, take requests, do our bad impersonations for you if need be. All right, we're on a little bit of a rush. I'm not going to say why, but
Sorry.
it's adding to the tenseness of the experience here.
Can you feel it? Can you feel the tension between us?
Like Brian said, I got the movie off YouTube also. It's not available for Netflix as of now. I doubt you can get it at a Walmart. I seriously doubt it.
No, I don't think Walmart has like a back room. This is not very family friendly.
No. We'll see it very shortly. However, listen to it, watch it at the same time, or just listen to us because
No
you'll have
offense
nightmares, but not as many nightmares.
Right. I think our commentary might be a little bit better than the actual dialogue in the movie.
But there's subtitles, so I don't really understand French.
You can do both.
Weh, weh,
Really?
weh.
You remember nothing from high school French?
Yeah, they subtitled the screams because I didn't understand the French screams. But all right, here we go. We're gonna count down to push play on the movie. 3, 2, 1, play. We have the Weinstein Company logo coming up. And we're on. Once again, this movie was made in 2008, a French Canadian production. It's, I believe, the second movie of this director, Pascal Laguier. I think he was sent to prison after this movie. I think France has hate crimes and stuff, or thought crimes, but
He probably made this from prison. He probably got the idea of this.
Ow. I'm going to see if we're still recording. We're good. And we begin with a girl running with her underwear.
Oof! Don't get excited.
No.
She's bloodied. She's pretty badly in bad shape here. She's running through what seems to be an industrial complex.
Yeah.
Dead warehouse.
Yeah. I mean, this is where
She's making good time.
This
She's making good time.
This is where I pick up my dates, but this is never. Yeah, I mean, it's usually dark when this sort of stuff happens, but
yeah, her form was impressive, and she was probably going sub 8-minute mile there.
Yeah, so
for someone who had just been tortured, that's pretty good.
Yeah, not too bad. If you're gonna see, it's chained to a chair. Now I messed up my time. So what time do you have, Brian?
1:40.
1:40. All right. I did a big screen check. All right, I'm gonna just continually check the time, make sure that we're on cue together and with our audience. What time do you have now, Brian?
1:59.
All right, I'm pretty close. Oh man, I messed that up. Walking without a net here.
So anyway, since I'm in the future here, I'll explain. I'll explain what's going on. At this point, the girl has been picked up by the authorities. The authorities have now returned to the site of her torture, which is this abandoned warehouse. And they're doing kind of documentary, as we just said, Cloverfield style. They're going through the warehouse and they're just kind of like briefing the audience on what she endured, showing her the conditions.
She won't say what she endured, but we know,
No.
at least for one thing, what she didn't endure. She wasn't
They did
raped.
mention that.
She wasn't raped.
Spoiler alert. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, we
If
got the
that lets anyone down.
spoiler alert out of the way, but yeah, this movie has made an interesting choice because, as you will see later in the movie, they do just about everything else to this poor girl and her friend, but rape wasn't one of them. And why do you think they did that?
Yeah, why they drew the line there, like, oh, that's the one line we won't cross, was interesting, and that's something I would like to say the director, like, you wanted to keep it clean? Is that what it
Right,
was? You want to
right.
save the rating?
Yeah. Yeah, this is just short of a snuff film, but no rape, so you can rest easy.
So you feel free to let the kids sit around and watch because you have that rest easy.
Yeah, yeah. Don't worry. Don't worry. No one was violated sexually. We have still the old 8 millimeter film of Lucy and Anna as young girls who meet at this institution.
Just to clear that up, Lucy is the victim. Anna is a girl that she meets at the, I guess you'd say, like, orphanage or halfway house, and they become fast friends.
Yeah, and we see Lucy smile here, so that's good. So not too long after her ordeal, she's smiling.
She's recovering, yeah.
And I guess they took the video and they're gonna show it to this girl maybe the next
So,
day. We just filmed this
right.
yesterday, so now.
Meanwhile, yes,
Did you enjoy
shortly
our
before.
editing? This is yeah. So now she's talking to them, and they want to know if she has any insight to what happened to Lucy.
If Lucy has confided anything in her,
Right, and
to
she hasn't. And now we're
Lucy,
gonna see a group of people sitting around listening to this.
yeah, a bunch of doctors and like I guess authority figures trying to probe into what happened to her.
Now look at this.
Who did it to her. Go ahead.
Look at this guy. He comes up and he's got a scar on his face, which is always sort of, you know, keep your eye on
Ominous.
this guy.
Yeah, I'm getting maybe a relative of Jean Claude. He does have
But
kind of like that tough guy exterior.
is this guy the same guy at the end of the movie?
Negative.
No, it's just some.
And you're about to see, like, so here comes Treat Williams, the orderly. Just
All
a
right, I know who you're talking. Treat William. Okay,
three,
yeah.
3 second. The substitute. If I said that, you'd know immediately. Not the original, but the
Part two.
replacement substitute. 2, 3, and 4.
Oh, nice, nice. Not to be confused with the Sea Kickers original Top Sub coming out someday, but now we have one of the saddest parts of the movie coming up.
Their wardrobe.
Lucy and Anna share a bedroom together.
Their roomies. So
And,
Anna returns back to the room from when Treat Williams brings her back, and she finds that Lucy has locked herself in the bathroom, or shut herself in, and cut herself on the arms.
but Lucy says it wasn't me. It wasn't.
She
And
pulls out, yeah, the old excuse.
so Anna, being a very, very mature 8-year-old, 9-year-old, 10-year-old, I don't know, is telling her to calm down. So
Rub some
now,
dirt on it.
all right,
Rub
here's the
some dirt
saddest
on it.
part of the
Yeah.
movie. Lucy's afraid someone's going to come in. Anna says, "Why don't you get in bed with me?" And
Yeah, you're gonna see that.
Lucy doesn't even say anything. She just jumps in
No,
her own
she's
bed.
cold-blooded. Yeah, she
Foutoir to
she's
that.
yeah, she snuffed that.
Ugh. All right, now this is the part of the movie where it just goes off the tracks. This is where this movie just gets confused. We had a nice, I would say that was a pretty intriguing opening where a girl.
Yeah, this is like the first twist because it's actually at this point it's pretty cut and dry. Girl was tortured. She's on the mend.
Yeah.
She's and so obviously she has some trauma, but at this point it starts to take a very weird twist, and it starts to I'll say the word supernatural. It starts to bring in some supernatural elements.
Yeah, which are just not really needed for this. Just it doesn't quite work. It's just generic. Nothing to.
Says you. You
I
didn't like it?
well, no, I mean first of all, I'm not a big fan of horror genre, but I'm even less of a fan of just jump scares where you just
Mm,
see like the leg of something running across.
yeah, the
And
whole.
now
I get it.
Lucy's here, gonna, she's scared. She sees something running around the room. But yeah, I'm gonna just go check underneath the bed. Mine as well, right?
Why do they always hide under the bed? I don't get that.
Well,
That seems to be a running theme in this movie too.
you
Why
said
is under the bed like?
you didn't take French, but let me give you your first French lesson. Cliché is a French word.
Yeah. So also at the end of the jump scares, the Lucy does see what I guess a ghoul figure standing on her bed, and then there's a cut scene where it lunges at her and everything goes to black. Fast forward 15 years.
15 years later. Yeah, when we're talking about generic ghoul, think of the Grudge minus the black
Oh,
ooze. Oh, now this is the most
oh,
horrific
this is
scene of it all. We have a
this is the
young girl
creepiest.
running down the stairs in a nice home.
Tack, tackled from behind by a guy.
Uh-oh.
They're now struggling on the floor. She's screaming. They're wrestling. They're struggling. There's a, uh,
I
is
mean,
that
this
a
could be
tickle?
the rape that
Is
they
that a laugh? They deprived us of this is
this could be.
so it it turns out to be a brother and a sister.
Oh my
Uh,
God. Ugh. Now, I don't have a sister, but Brian has. You have two sisters.
I have two, and
Is this how you guys got along?
I'm
You
not.
know,
This might be Hollywood's dramatic license with the whole brother sister relationship, or maybe I don't have a healthy one because no tickle fights in our house, especially at that age. I mean, you're talking like preteen teenager.
no, the guy's 18.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's about to go to law school, and he's tickling his sister, who's probably about 15, 16.
Oh, and now we have the mother,
Meanwhile, out in the yard,
about
yeah,
4 feet deep, with water pipes that are just industrial size.
yeah, there's like an industrial pump she's working on a
Sh-
hole in the front yard.
She dug up a tree. There's a root ball out there, and now, and this is all before breakfast.
Oh man,
Yeah.
now that's a wife, you know.
And the kids are smoking a cigarette after their tickle fight. Oh wait, no, they're just having their cereal.
They're
So now they're just
sharing breakfast. Dad has joined them awkwardly, you know.
yeah. Okay, and here comes mom. And what does mom
Oh,
say?
mom drops a dead mouse on the table.
It's been in the drainage. It clogged the big industrial size drain pipes.
Now she's trying to force feed her daughter the mouse.
But
So the mouse was stuck in the industrial pump.
yes, and it clogged the
It made
pipes. That's the water pressure was low. The mouse looked fresh, not decomposing or anything, but must have been. She's a quick fixer. So now we're talking about family stuff, about where this boy wants to go to school.
doesn't want to go to school.
Yeah, first world problems.
You got that right. That is like the overarching theme of this movie: first world problems.
For this scene, at least. So
Uh,
now,
it's a running theme.
so we're complaining about money. I guess we're supposed to relate to this family, which isn't too hard. Who hasn't said, I want to do art school, papa? And
I
now,
don't want to go to law school.
he said, law's not for me. Uh-oh. These guys are lawyers. They're doomed. Absolutely doomed. No question about it.
So it's just your typical family scene. They're fighting over his future. Daughter is in high school. She's doing great. So,
She's
oh,
sassy.
mouse. Somebody's at the door. Papa's going to get it. Nice and calm.
Yeah.
Who's there?
It's PETA,
Uh,
motherfucker.
oh,
I heard you were
he's
playing
greeted
with the
with
mouse.
uh, now they're even. He opens the door to a shotgun, double barrel,
Double
and
barrel.
he's
Oh,
instantly killed, blown
and
away.
mom just got it in the kidney.
Right? Assailant comes in, empties the other clip in her and mom. So now son is still sitting at the table, traumatized,
Yeah.
about to leave. The gunman tells him to stop and sit down.
He got all of 2 feet away from the table. Yeah, that was.
He's yeah, maybe he's not the best lawyer. He's not very
Oh,
quick on his
man.
feet.
He
Oh.
expended too much energy in that tickle fight. God. So now he says, I'm 18 years old, and there's this girl.
It's revealed that it's Lucy. 15 years later,
Yeah.
she's exacting revenge for what we don't know.
You might be confused because Lucy here has blue eyes. 15 years ago, she had brown eyes. But, I mean, trauma, I guess, could change. I hear
And
Ebola can change your eye color.
and she's just single tapped the son in the chest, and now she's on the hunt for the daughter.
Yeah. So this house looks to be about 3,000 square feet. I don't know what the meter conversion would be, but, you know, closets, plenty of doors, very
And
open, lots of windows.
she handles that shotgun pretty well.
Yeah.
So she's going room to room with some determination. Almost looks like she's been practiced at this.
And she knows the bed. Likes to hide under beds.
Well, as they say, cliche.
Yeah, cliche number part deux.
I was impressed in the scene because she didn't try to play games. She just shot right through the bed.
Yeah, and there's 4 corners to a bed, but she picked the right corner. And ooh,
Not hard with a shotgun. Yeah.
man, she's mowing him
That was
down. She's mowing him.
right, and that was actually a beautiful scene. If you slowed it down, the entire room, because the duvet cover was just filled with feathers. So a little homage to
John
Ang
Woo.
Lee there. Ang Lee. Or
John
John
Woo.
Woo, is it?
John Woo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not Hulk. Yeah, other guy.
Ang Lee. Yeah, no, that's Crouching Tiger, Hidden
Sorry.
Dragon.
Sorry.
That one makes a little more sense, even if they're up on bamboo trees. All right, so Lucy now is crying, covered in blood. She's shaking the mother. Just.
Wake up. What have I done?
Je regrette, I'm so sorry. Yep. Now she's making sure
Oh,
shoots to the ceiling, and the birds heard that one. They were resting.
wow.
They weren't too worried about the other gunshots.
About 1 million birds in that shot.
Yeah. So now we have another girl eating a baguette, just kind of jumpy.
Yeah, she looks like nervous eating, obviously. Nervous eating. Oh, there's
Phone call
cool
from
little
a payphone. And what does she do?
something you didn't know, Jasper. That was the Mini from the Born Identity. The same Mini.
Before or after the car chase?
Oh, after. Believe it or not, that's after. That's how
oh.
good Born was. Not a scratch.
You pulled that one into Hertz. Shall we
After they
do a
wiped it
walk
down.
around? No need. No
No
need.
need. Tires are a little squishy, I think, but
Yeah. I filled it up, but
and so now Lucy calls from the crime scene to Anna, who was waiting in the Born Mini, and oh man, what a waste of a sandwich. Is anybody else mad at that? She
Yeah.
just tossed it out the car.
Jeez,
Waste.
people are starving all over the world. This is just one world problem, or first world problem after another.
That's what I said. The overarching theme of this movie is first world problems.
Well, and the mouse on the log.
Well, had they been a little bit more careful, maybe they could have spared their lives.
So now we have Lucy. She's got time by herself in this.
Playing Itsy Bitsy Spider, it looks like.
Yeah, in this, $1 million home. Rubbing the blood. I guess she took a tab of acid or something, and she's seeing her pixels on her hands.
It's exactly what you would do after a quadruple homicide.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
drop a tab of acid and just hang out.
Now she has a straight edge razor.
No, man, no. So, she's just hanging out. Now she's getting a little paranoid. So maybe she did smoke a little something. So she thought she heard something. She's loading the shotgun, and it looks like she's a little low on bullets. She's got one shell left. Looking good though, with the blood on her face.
Yeah, she's
again.
I mean, it's. I
The
know we're gonna
artistic
say I'm
pictures
gonna
is
sound weird about
really
saying
clear.
this, but something about a girl covered in blood and crying is is not the most unattractive thing in the world.
It pulls out that primal lust in you, you know.
It makes those blue eyes pop.
Oh,
Unfortunately, as I mentioned before, her eyes were brown in the beginning of the movie, but those are just the things. Uh,
can we confirm that? I mean, like, I don't know about that. Maybe they were blue. It was just poor lighting.
what time do
So,
you have? What time are? Let's do a time check.
1810.
18:10. Okay, I'm way past. I'm trying to skip around. Okay, so now she's holding her hand up. I'm at 18:25.
So yeah, so after she's just like sitting on the couch, kind of hanging out, she starts to feel a presence. She sees a ghoul, the same ghoul that was around when she was a kid.
Yeah,
So now she's trying to talk to it. She's trying to elicit a response by dousing her hand in blood.
and proving I did it. I killed the people that
She's
tortured us.
she's waiting for the high five.
Yeah, the old bloody high five. Indian brothers or sisters, if you will. I think
Now,
that's a blood deal. Oh, she just got jumped by a naked ghoul that looked like it was kind of.
yeah, where the hell was that thing hanging out? Was it on the bookcase? Tell-
I don't like this book. Oh, there he is.
Oh, so now there again a struggle with a straight razor, and
Yeah.
this is really where it takes a turn. Ooh, this is where it starts.
All right.
This is the problem. It
Now
starts to get hard to see.
you see these cuts on the back.
Mhm.
That can
So
only be done with someone else. You can't cut yourself in the small of your back down your spine.
artistic license, like so you're seeing this through her imagination. I'm saying because uh, the ghoul just doesn't make sense. You know.
No, it stops the movie dead, really. I mean, it's used as a device just to explain Lucy coming in here and doing this and cutting herself up, but in my opinion, it's not needed. So now Lucy's behind the door. She's all cut up. She's
Yeah, they spare uh no imagination when there's blood. The razor digging into the back is it's very graphic.
Yeah, I would say so.
Compared with the other artistic points of this movie, I don't know why.
There is no rape, but straight edge razor to the back.
Saving grace. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's like a cat scratch. So now Lucy thinks that I've been behind this door for about a minute. The ghoul has something else to do, so of
Short
course,
attention span. Yeah,
yeah.
they're known. They're known to have a short attention span.
Lucy's having a flashback of her. You might even get to see eye color in this one. So we see Lucy struggling on the chair as a child, back in the factory, and we see.
It looks like she's headbanging. Probably some industrial music in the background, which you can't hear because it's a
Yeah,
flashback.
she went to a rave. Someone locked her in a chair.
Ah, it's happened to everybody.
Yeah, I mean, the drugs are wearing off. You're still rocking out, and some guy just smushes her.
Flash forward to the present, still in the closet.
The closet, bedroom.
With the revelation, look at the look on her face. It's just like, oh God, yeah, I forgot. I'm locked in the closet, bleeding from my back, and there's
I'm just gonna
a
take a.
mon-
I'm just gonna take a quick little peek out here. Nope. Oh,
Although, I mean, that stands to reason. I mean, the laws of physics clearly state that monsters can't see you under covers. So, oh, there, the monster grabs her hand and starts digging the razor into her hand.
right.
Uh, Again, very graphic.
Oh, here we go. We have Lucy.
She's escapes it, runs outside, and then clotheslined, clothesline takedown from Anna.
Yeah, NFL. I mean, I know there's some college teams who can't wrap it up like that. Anna can do it.
She was a alumni of Alabama. Roll
Screw Tide. Screw that Tide. All right. So now we have Anna out here. She's covering her legs. That's a good thing.
You don't want her to slip into shock.
Yeah, yeah.
at, at this point.
Oh, the
You know, she's,
scarf.
she's she's bleeding heavily. Yeah, it came in handy. Examining the back. Anna is uh Anna is on the scene, basically like a first responder. Lucy is freaking out, uh, covered in blood, saying that she was attacked by she.
Yeah. So now Anna is gonna go just take a look. What's going on in this house? This is a pretty nice house. Lucy, did you run us a timeshare? Are we? Is this really happening?
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh
So
my god!
what happened here? Anna enters the house and it's just
Oh,
blood covered.
so we see
Oh, there's
father on the floor. Lucy's just sort of hanging out by the tree, hugging a tree. She might be dropping a deuce or something. We have mother over there, the son. He didn't get too far. God damn.
yeah. Anna looks disturbed, but not like surprised. Is that weird?
Oh, now we see the
Here,
girl. Yeah, this is
yeah.
just like I would have dated this girl.
Oof. So the first sign of emotion is when Anna sees the dead little girl, and
Right,
so
the
she starts to break
sister.
down. So you
Monsieur.
can almost assume, and then has trouble making herself sick. So it's almost like she's numb to this. So maybe being Lucy's friend comes with some drawbacks.
Oh, not again.
And
Jeez.
that,
Family of
push the
four this time. We're never gonna clean
push,
this crap up.
oh yeah.
So yeah, Anna is just kind of going through the motions, sort of dry retching. Now Lucy's at the door. She's like, "Did I mess up?" Anna's stiff upper lip. She's trying to, think positive.
trying to keep it together.
She's going out there for a crime scene cleanup kit.
It just so happens that she has like a spare change of clothes, some alcohol, IPA,
A little
uh,
bleach.
you know, industrial screwdriver.
Yeah, we'll get to that. I don't know where that screwdriver. I
No,
didn't see it there.
no gloves though. So I mean, like maybe she's not a pro yet.
Yeah, maybe Lucy. Well, obviously Lucy's a little. She's no professional. She's still crying about it. Ooh, why don't we leave? Yeah, that's probably a good idea. But no, Anna
Yeah.
wants to stay.
Well, Anna wants to clean it up. Anna wants to, save Lucy from getting in trouble. So, I don't know where she gets the skills to sew somebody up. She's tending to Lucy's wounds right now.
Yeah, she's doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, again, like practiced. I don't know what the shotgun. Lucy seemed to be pretty handy with that thing.
She did seem pretty handy with that.
She
Usually,
didn't.
I mean, this is kind of a debate in America right now. Mental illness. I would, it's not her fault that she was uh, savagely abused as a child, but would you sell someone a gun like that?
Um, it depends.
That's for the
If
politicians to decide. But
right.
okay, so now we're gonna be dragging dead bodies, even though they have fresh stitches, which I hear you're not really supposed to exert yourself.
Well, maybe that's for normal situations. This seems to be a little. This isn't your typical
Or maybe
physical activity.
Anna just tied those stitches so tight that they weren't gonna break no matter what.
And the way that the actors are, they're not really dead. There's another spoiler alert. But the way they're postured in this, it's
Hmm.
gotta hurt. It's gotta be tough to film a scene when your head's like resting on concrete tile, like on a corner, and then you have some person who's not related to you piled on top of you.
Yeah, just covered in sticky corn syrup with food coloring.
That's why they make the millions. That's why they make the big bucks.
This movie was pretty low budget, but it did pretty well for its budget, I think.
Oh, I think above and beyond.
So now Lucy shows a picture of the family. I don't know why the family had a family shot in the paper.
Oh, the girl won some kind of award. The young girl was like a swimmer, so she won an award. They took their picture. Little did they know it was their undoing.
Well, yeah, that's
'Cause
how Lucy found them. So,
she can't read. Little known fact. I looked that up. Lucy can't read, but she does like the pictures.
so yeah, the That's a lesson for all. Success will be your downfall. Don't win any awards. Don't get your picture in the
Ah,
paper. Oh,
pivotal moment.
speaking of not being successful, Anna
Next.
tries again for that kiss, and Lucy says, "What are you doing?"
Oh, she lands it, but it's just like, cold fish on the other side.
Yeah, I mean,
So, so now you see the underlying motives for Anna's involvement with Lucy.
putting up with all this craziness just because she likes, which is pretty
Unrequited.
realistic. I mean, I buy that. It might have been an afterthought. But they stuck
Really?
with it. They stuck with it,
Really?
with asking her to share the bed with her as a kid, and now
Yeah, the whole Urkel, like, I'll wear you down over the course of 20 years.
nice reference.
Stick to itiveness. That goes to show kids
Although I think
determination.
Lucy would be the one to say, "Did I do that?"
No way. Anna's hanging in there. She knows what it's worth. She knows what she wants. And so like
So
she's uh she's come to grips with the fact that her girlfriend to be is a little she's high maintenance. Would we say that?
high
Well,
maintenance, yeah, because Anna's dragging dead bodies in the rain out into the water pipe hole that the mother
yeah.
had dug.
Ingenious, by the way. That was an ingenious cleanup.
Yeah, so now we have a couple bodies in there. So Anna is getting her workout. She's working hard for that rejected kiss. The
In the
unrequited
rain.
love is just, it's demanding.
And like that scene in the rain there, that speaks volumes. There's a lot of art in this film.
Oh yeah, dragging
To it
bodies in the rain.
well, I mean, like, looking up in the rain. Lucy's on the inside, Anna's on the outside, in the cold.
And Anna got the guys out of the way real quick, but she left the
Oh,
girls there just in case, just in case of the.
well, she's gonna get tired as she goes, so she did the heavy lifting first. Smart when you're talking about body cleanup.
Oh,
And so Anna goes inside and finds that the mother is still alive.
and now she's wailing. Lucy hears it. She's taking
Well,
a little nap. It's tiring killing a family of four and getting cut up.
having your girlfriend do all the the cleanup. Smart, smart.
Yeah, man. Just dragging her along. So Lucy's coming downstairs. She had her straight razor, and that's never a good sign. Oh, yep, there it is. Never a good sign when that razor comes out. So Anna, I guess, is having second thoughts about this. So I guess she wants her. I don't know. She wants to try to keep Lucy in the dark about the mom still being alive.
And mom was obviously hungry after being, bleeding out for a while and hanging out. So she starts to scream when she wakes up. She's like, I'm hungry.
It probably didn't help that you just saw her dead daughter sitting right next to her, but
I don't, it didn't even look like she noticed.
saw a little hand going over there for her. But so now Anna, body number three, she's now not dragging her. She's carrying. Oh, she just dropped her. But I was thinking, this could be where she wants to bury him, or this is just a new CrossFit exercise for the day.
The deadlift gives new meaning to the deadlift. Goody.
Man, this workout is fucked up. There's a lot of mental baggage that comes along with this one.
Makes you mentally fit as well.
Oh, oh.
So time check, where are you at?
I am at 31, 35.
And the reason, just for all the listeners, that we're doing that is just to make sure that we're in sync and we're watching the same thing because we are in different locations. Jasper currently resides in Northwest Arkansas,
More,
Bigfoot country.
more North Arkansas, central North Arkansas, but.
Is there a difference? Come on, this is woods,
Oh,
right? It's
oh,
just woods.
ow. Coming from Mr. Bayonne.
That's right.
Okay,
Eastern
enough
New
about
Jersey.
us. Somehow Lucy got into the bathroom, and it's a nice bear claw tub, which gives the ghoul, somehow the ghoul got in there with her.
And that's like every person's fear is when you wake up in the middle of the night after murdering four people and you have to use the bathroom. Is that you go in there and it's already occupied.
Yeah, yeah, it's so
This is a
this
metaphor for that.
somehow the ghoul's all covered in blood, which didn't happen before. She's stabbing Lucy in the thigh with a straight razor. The ghoul can't open doors, which is good. So they shut the door. Now
Every
they're in
time.
a bedroom together, and this whole
Finally.
sequence of events is just kind of just jumbled together. It just doesn't quite. They're just trying to get to the third act. So
And
bear,
also,
yeah,
oh, I'm sorry, just to mention that Anna has never seen the ghoul yet. Hasn't seen it.
no, she's heard about it.
Yeah. So as an audience member, like you're left wondering, is it real? Is it not?
I think, therefore I am. I don't. I think that's Pascal, right? No, who was that? Oh man,
Sophocles?
no, 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 no. It was a French Descartes. It was Descartes.
Oh, Renee.
Okay, so. Oh, you know why the mom? Never mind. The mom was crying because she smelled the pipes and the mouse smell. That mouse smell came out, and she's like, "Oh, not again! Careful with those
Ah,
pipes."
it's back in the pipes. I just
um,
cleaned them.
don't get you hair in there. All right, so uh, we go to minute 36, I believe. No, I'm at 34:10, and we're back in the past, and it's feeding time. And we come to this image quite often. It's a kind of a refrain of the movie. I think it's pretty powerful
Hmm.
image, disturbing.
Yeah, believe it or not, I think these are more of the most graphic stuff. Is that she's being force fed some kind of mixture, some slop.
Right. And oh, yeah, I guess we can see that it is the mom. The mom that
They allude to it. They allude to it because they really keep up like the question of whether she's saying it. Did she really see what she saw? Did all that?
So now we see Lucy, who's been chained to a chair for who knows how long. She just did a little quick rub on her legs. That woke him up. So now
Common
she's
runner's technique. Common runner.
yeah, just like rub up and down 2 or 3 times. You're ready to go. So now Lucy's hearing another voice crying, another person being tortured, and we open up the door.
As she's trying to escape, she's going down the corridor. She hears another noise, so she opens a door, and within sees another woman chained to the floor in a seat, much like she was.
But this woman's got the worst of the two rooms because the light is flickering.
Oh yeah,
Ugh, that is just, I mean,
that's another torture.
yeah. So we're flashing back from the present to the past. We kind of see who this ghoul might be, with Lucy not being able to save her, but saving herself. And it kind of cuts back to the opening scene of Lucy running down. And can you see? Well, you can't really see the eyes, but
Yeah,
I believe
they
this
protect that.
actress is half French, half Chinese, while the younger Lucy is a Vietnamese girl, which is near and dear to my heart. Not just being a Vietnamese girl, but I spent time in Vietnam, so it's a familiar face for these sore eyes being up here in North America.
Back in Nam.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I
we
didn't
were
see
witnessing
that
none of that.
image in Vietnam. But so now,
The fabled blue-eyed
oh
Vietnamese.
no, Mr. Button, there are
Button.
no blue-eyed Vietnamese. What? Oh. Um, somehow we're back in the bedroom. Lucy's locked. It's probably not a bad idea.
She's locked her. Yeah, Anna seems to have locked her in her room.
And now Anna is just like, this girl, she might be crazy. All right, she denied me once too many times. So now I'm gonna take my chances with this woman. So
So Anna,
she's gonna drag her outside, even though she's got a shotgun blast through the abdomen, and she is going to say, "I'm taking you outside, and then you're on your own from there." She can't even walk, let alone, it's raining outside, torrential downpour.
Well, she did stitch her up, even though she's missing half her stomach.
Yeah, and a
You know,
kidney,
this.
and and she's trying to do it on the sly. Blood everywhere. There's just blood everywhere. There's no
As
way
it
they're gonna clean
as
this
it
up.
would be. I mean, they really do paint a realistic picture of of what would really transpire in those kind of moments.
A massacre.
Ah, right. So, the face of mercy. Uh, the victim, the mother, is looking up at Anna, with hope that this is going to turn out okay.
It might. It might.
Race, they're racing for the door so she can let her out into the wild. You know.
She can't call an ambulance for my children. Oh, no, no. Yeah, your
Oh yeah.
children. Yeah, they got away. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'll take you to him.
Oh,
Oh,
oh.
boom!
And somehow Lucy found a mini sledgehammer and crushed the skull of the mother. La mère.
Top shot.
Where did she get a sledgehammer? I don't know.
Well, I think it's kind of irresponsible for the parents to leave. It was probably the mother herself when she was working on that pump. She just left it out.
Oh, hmm.
Sometimes you do that as a way of saying, like, look what I was doing. Look, I used tools. I'm dirty. I was doing hard work. So it's
Here's a dead
and it's a very
mouse.
yeah. Look
No,
what else.
no,
Look what
kiss the
else.
mouse. Kiss the mouse. Ugh.
It's she was basically saying I love you, the mother was to the rest of the family by saying look at all the hard work I did,
Yeah, yeah.
but it was her undoing.
When
She
you take your shower, or as the French say, la douche, feel how strong it is. But yeah, no one took a shower. No one had the chance to take a shower.
no showers. And at this moment, Lucy is upset with Anna for Anna trying to assist the woman that she blames for torturing her as a kid. I don't know if we mentioned that yet. So the reason Lucy came to this house and killed everyone is because the parents she suspects to be the ones who tortured her as a child.
Right. Yeah, the primary people. And I guess, this movie keeps it ambiguous enough where we don't really know the truth. And you got the confusing ghoul following her. So now we're getting into, you never believed me, did you? And Anna's just thinking, I just wanted a piece of ass, I mean, you do some crazy shit for love. So,
The id takes over some people.
yeah, and
The id rules.
Lucy is gone nuts. Like, Anna beat her up for her whole life. She says, I love you, but I don't want to do anything physical. Platonic love. So now Lucy killed her torturers, killed the ghoul's torturer. And this ghoul, I did a little research, I went deep, is a Cirque du Soleil performer. And so she's showing her skills off right here. She's doing maybe an homage to The Exorcist, where the daughter's walking down the stairs.
I could have done better. I don't know if you really needed the Cirque du Soleil actress, a performer for this, to just have someone slide down the stairs, you know.
Okay, I guess.
So
But
this is a
now
beautiful,
somehow the
beautiful
ghoul
moment.
doesn't have any more blood on. I guess she took a bath while she was in the bathroom. Uh, it looks
It's raining
like
out.
it might be forgiveness. She might forgive Lucy for not saving her. Yeah.
It's a tender moment between Lucy and the ghoul.
Yeah.
Lucy is holding a box cutter in her hand.
Might as well,
Uh,
right? Oh, no, the ghoul. She doesn't accept the apology. She says, "I'm gonna cut you up."
so, yep, full length cut down both arms.
Oh, it's yeah, with a box cutter. Um, and now we have our Tyler Durden moment where Lucy sees the ghoul cutting her. Anna, who's behind her, somehow beat up, just can't walk. Maybe she's just tired from carrying all those bodies, but she says, I'm blasted. What a workout. But we see it's really just all in Lucy's head. Ba-da-ba-da-bum. Uh, yeah, it's like the scene where what's his name? Uh, from Fight Club,
Hmm.
Edward Norton is talking to his boss, and then he pretends to beat himself, or he beats himself up as if he's in a fight. Oh,
Oh
Anna goes out the window.
no, this is Lucy. So
I mean,
Lucy, after
Lucy
being
jumps out the window. I'm sorry, Lucy jumps out the
cut
window.
on both arms, and it's revealed that the ghoul is in her head because
Right.
Anna can't see it, and you actually see that Lucy's been cutting herself her whole life.
Yeah, I mean, those are
Uh,
deep cuts, tendons, but
Lucy,
but there's not much blood coming.
I tell you what, she takes it like a champ. There's no crying. Lucy gets up, runs out the front door, and there's this little glassed-in porch, which I guess she didn't see, and decides to just pull the Kool-Aid man and just
Yeah.
bust through the wall.
So if she hasn't done this family enough harm, she said, you're gonna have to remodel the
Oh,
sunroom. And now we have a self
oh,
throat cut.
insult. Yep, the final. So Lucy just cut her own throat in the rain. Here again is the help me out, Jasper, the director. These beautiful shots. This beautiful. Well, okay,
A
except
little
for that.
slow motion, a little slow motion, and the catch.
Ah,
Oh,
see, I mean, a lot of it must be hats off to the French. Tip of the cap to the French for putting
for the weather.
gore, gore and art side by side. This is some
It's so
Renaissance
beautiful. It's so
esque.
beautiful. Now, Lucy just wanted Anna to push it, go for the personal best, where
Ah,
she wanted like the muscle rip. So, she wanted to get her full pump. So she's just like, okay, dead fall. And Anna had to pick her up. But Lucy's dead.
poignant scene. Yeah, Anna loses her love, and I followed you around for 15 years, cleaning up bodies, stitching you back up. Listen to your crazy stories about this and that,
I couldn't
and
even
now
get
look,
a kiss.
now look,
I couldn't even
all
get
for naught,
yeah, I couldn't even get a little tongue. All
all
right,
for
and
nothing.
while we're outside, just notice the rain puddles. It
Oh
looked like a
yeah,
pretty heavy rain. But now we're inside. We have some cleaning up. There's a sort of a shroud.
it's a sweet scene. Anna is tending to the body once again of Lucy,
Yeah, nice clean up.
running theme.
I mean, if I were Anna, I'd just be tired of having to do this so much, but
Or maybe like 15 years ago, or at least 10. They're probably like, growing up, you have that crazy friend that you kind of either stick with or you break ties with.
yeah,
Lucy,
I uh,
Lucy was,
I think, I know someone like that. Yeah.
point of no return. So, you know, uh, Anna was loyal to the end, stuck with it. She was not a quitter.
Yeah.
Lucy was a quitter. Lucy quit. You know,
Yeah,
and
she did.
so,
The Bon Voyage, the big one.
and at this point, just for us and them, we're 45 minutes into an hour and 30-minute movie, and the main character of Lucy just killed herself. So you're left wondering, like, oh, what do we do now? Where is this movie gonna go?
Well, the sun's up, the rain stopped. We're at 46 minutes now. Um,
And like any child would do after their girlfriend just committed suicide, and you you call your mother.
hey Ma, haven't talked to you for about 2 years, but
It suddenly turned into a Folgers commercial, or is it Maxwell? I don't know. What are you doing?
just thinking of you. Um, quick question, housekeeping question. What can what cleaner gets blood up pretty quick?
Did you say
Oh,
bleach, hydrogen peroxide? What are we
wait,
talking?
hold that thought, Mom. Something just fell after all the craziness, ghouls, shotgun blasts, sledgehammers.
Yeah.
Oh,
So her mom actually has if you look at the dialogue, her mom actually has the right response. Her mom is blasting her for sticking with Lucy all that time because I guess she's gone rogue. The mom hasn't talked to this girl in 2 years. She calls her after this bloodbath. What a weekend. But Anna puts a finishing touch on the weekend by calling her mom and
yeah.
then basically hanging up on her when things get a little weird at the house.
Well, just
So
it's walking away, not putting the phone on the hook, which,
ultimate insult to your mom, like
jeez.
thanks for raising me.
And
I'll
Mama
ditch
knows
you.
best. Mama knows she
Huh,
knew about
Mama
Lucy.
called it.
Yeah, she
Mama called
called
it.
it. So now here we are. There's a secret passage in this $1 million home. Uh,
So they were probably doomsday preppers at this point. There's probably a basement full of weapons, and
we don't know. We don't
it's up in the mountains. It's a good guess. I think it's a good guess to say that the house is huge. It's remote. They have a pump that could service like a skyscraper out in the front yard.
but which could get clogged by a single white mouse.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, a 6-inch boa constrictor could have eaten that mouse.
Yeah, that was definitely like a garter snake could have taken out that mouse, but that mouse took out the pipe.
Yeah, the mouse let the plot start rolling. All right, so now we see
Oh,
some interesting photos, poster size, back illuminated, like
subway poster size. I mean, like full length, full body sized
yeah,
images, lit backlit, by the way, of
yeah,
some pretty horrific scenes.
yeah. We've got some colored shots. Now we're going into some black and white shots. What's the theme of these shots? What's the motif? Do you think, Brian?
Oof, man, it's starvation. Definitely horror. I'd
Yeah,
say
I mean,
horror.
there's a woman on a stake with her breasts cut off, but it's the face, the eyes. They're all looking up, and they
So,
have this look of resignation as acceptance. So,
I'd say pain. I wouldn't say acceptance. Nobody was like, I think grimace, except for like one or two. Everyone was like grimacing. It was
oh,
kind of a
but the,
like
but they had a
again
similar sort
continuous.
of thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Very. There's a suffering. I'd say that. Everyone, all the photos were taken during moments of suffering. So yeah, it's kind of a weird gallery of art that she just went by. She's finding that there's like a panic room, like this underground Hitler-style bunker, with some weird art. So
Weird art. It's pretty well lit for a basement, unless
wow,
that's
it's
just
stained.
like it's like a half basement where it's exposed to one side of the house. And
And
these
it's
these
modern, pretty
kids,
modern.
yeah, modern design, clean edges, clean.
Stainless steel
Yeah, very,
construction.
you know, uh,
Now look behind her. Aren't those windows behind her?
that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's backlit, so there's some serious stuff going on in here. Concrete, very new age industrial,
Exactly. Yeah.
but those kids that were just shot the day before with the shotgun
Hmm.
must have been so busy doing
With consumed, you'd say, like
with
with
their
each other that they
yeah the,
miss the the dungeon
the
lurking in the
dungeon with we're gonna see in just a second. There's a chair,
with a pail underneath it, a stainless bucket underneath the chair.
hole in the
The chair
feet.
has
Yeah.
I don't see the hole, but at this point you're seeing chains. The chains move, so something's attached to them. But it's dark. There's no lighting in the basement of the dungeon.
It has to be soundproof because uh, there's a woman in here.
She's following the chains, and she, with a flashlight that she picked up. Oh, and at the end of it is what looks like somebody in a virtual reality headset. Again, stainless steel.
Who just
Uh,
could not let go, who could not stop watching. Just
the headset seems to be like stapled and bolted literally to her head. It covers her eyes. She is naked. She has some kind of medieval stainless steel chastity belt,
yeah, I mean,
reinforcing that no rape clause.
yeah, yeah, this is everything but rape. Yeah, this woman,
She's extremely in poor shape. Skin is completely a mess, wrinkled, cut. She has multiple scars, slash marks all over her body.
chained,
Oh,
cut,
malnourished,
pale.
very thin, very thin. Yeah, probably hasn't seen daylight in a while.
So she's been
She's
down there
shackled.
for a long time, but the kids never heard her. Kids don't know about the secret passage. Ooh. So now
And the
Anna
secret
just
passage is
lost
kind of like,
her love interest, so I don't know. Here we go.
oh no.
Maybe love finds you in weird places.
Well, she's a nurturer. She's a nurturer, so she's of course going to pick up her next cause.
Yeah, that's true.
Ugh,
Yeah,
ugh,
this
ugh,
girl
ugh.
is in rough shape.
And
We find out her name is Sarah. I don't know. I don't know if it's ever mentioned, but her name's Sarah. She and what's really weird, and we're gonna see this later. They're talking about they're torturing these people for for something. But Telltale's
Photography. It's like a weird photography club.
no, it's more than
Yeah.
that. But the
Uh,
telltale sign of their intended goal outcome is to see them the expression they do. But if you're wearing a steel plate mask stapled over half your face, you're not really going to be able to see that expression. So
Oh
this
my
is
God, she's got barbed wire like wrapped around her waist that's like digging. It looks like it's been there for a while and it's digging into her skin.
so might as well put a
Uh,
little alcohol on it.
oh man, yeah. I don't know if I would have gone right for the alcohol.
Yeah. So did your torturers do this?
uh, so she's got the barbed wire above the chastity belt. It really doesn't make sense. They were really trying to reinforce the fact that nothing was going to happen there. Um,
Yeah, so we go into the bathroom, blood on the bathroom.
she's going to clean her up because that's what she does. Bones are now visibly poking through the skin of her legs, like her shins and knees. It's you know, of all the movies I've ever seen, all the scenes, this was probably the hardest scene I've ever had to get through
Well,
as an
this,
adult. You know.
I mean, Anna drew her a bath, which was very nice. I guess
Uh
Sarah's
huh.
not really too into it, but this scene reminds me, you're talking about disturbing scenes.
Oh.
The bathtub scene in The Shining with the decomposing
Yeah.
body in the bathtub.
Oh, still not because I mean you understood that was a ghost and I don't know. This is a very difficult scene
So,
to watch
so yeah,
'cause you're
we have sort of a bathing scene here. Anna is sort of wiping her down with her hands.
right
She's
back to nursing,
and now
comforting. She's trying to comfort the woman in the tub.
right
That it's
now we
okay.
saw Anna carrying her in, but we didn't see a long flathead screwdriver that she's going to pry the staple out of her skull that's holding the mask in place.
I can't watch this. I can't watch this
And
because it's a very graphic scene.
it is pretty graphic. So there's
Ugh.
blood, there's screaming. They're gonna do staple by staple. This is staple number two. Brian is
And
squirming already. I can see him
uh,
squirming. We have staple number three. We have rotted
yep,
teeth. We have blood coming. Ooh, and just
pouring
rips
down
it
her face.
off.
That's
Rips it off like a band-aid. Like a band-aid.
and oh god, this is like it looks like she's covered in some kind of weird syrup her face because of course the mask being on there for years. And Anna is telling her to calm down, which probably she hasn't probably seen sunlight in God knows how long. So it's a lot to process. The bathtub is completely blood filled now.
Right.
The water.
Oof. So now the mask is off. Lucy's still on the bed or the couch, kind of in her
Still
shroud.
still hasn't moved.
Nope.
The shroud. Now that you say that though, I do notice. I mean, there's like the holy theme. You know, uh, how nicely she's tucked up and how clean she's become, and the shroud. Like that's what they used to wrap them in.
Yeah, yeah. And once again, this will probably be the last time that we see Lucy. She
Ugh.
is an attractive actress. I mean, I know that they're she's supposed to be dead, but I'm just
Ugh.
gonna put it out there that she is an attractive woman.
uh, kind of does give you second thoughts about Necro. But Anna is fondling the body, crying.
Okay, so
Did look like she was going to try for a kiss, but
now we have an
uh,
outsourced shot of the house, which is not a good thing because we only know someone's gonna be coming. Uh, Anna sleeping next to Lucy.
Anna passed out. So oh, I don't know. Give her a name. You call her Sarah, but she's just like something out of a nightmare. She's out of my nightmare. I mean, that would be something I'd hate to see ever. Um, so the woman who was in the basement, uh, now that she's clean, she's like, working her way around the house.
Yeah, she rubbed her legs up and down a couple times around, and somehow she
Ugh.
found a butcher knife in the bedroom, and she's gonna try to scrape her skin off.
Oh, again, a tough scene to watch, because they don't spare any detail. They really go into some graphic. And I don't know how she has that kind of strength. She just threw Anna twice.
She's running around. I think she's
It's a quick recovery.
she's
I don't know
got
what gruel they
bones
were
sticking
feeding.
out of her skin.
She's rubbing her head on the wall, kind of in a back and forth motion, like a no. Again, throws Anna down. So all that deadlifting did Anna nothing against this this creepy character.
Ooh, and she gets shot in the head for it. But yeah, but she
Ooh.
was rubbing her bloody head on the one clean part of the wall, which Anna's gonna have to clean up. But she's dead, so no worries. Now
She
here
looked like
comes
Mr. Burns. Yeah,
a group of
of well dressed. Everyone's in black. It's it looks
color
like Ace of
coordinated.
Base.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a very chic group
looks
of people.
like a bunch of Swedish Swedish nightclub just opened up.
Yeah, we like Matrix very
I
much.
saw, yeah, exactly, a Swedish Matrix. That's a very good um analogy.
Number one new movie.
Number one, I saw the sign. Yeah. And so she's having a conversation with a woman. A woman carrying a shotgun enters, kills the Mr. Burns woman, and now they're engaging in a conversation of like basically Q&A.
Yeah, I mean, here comes the we're gonna get. Oh, now she's going into the
Ah,
basement.
as they're dragging Anna into the dungeon.
Now Anna has been there, so she must know that this isn't good.
And you also notice that the people are not completely, well, A, they know where the dungeon is, and they're not shocked at all about the state of the house.
Right. Massacre. Eh.
Yeah. The Swedish mafia comes in, they're not at all taken aback by the blood everywhere. They don't even blink.
So now we have the mother going into the hole that she dug.
Yeah,
And kick.
yeah.
Yep. There we
Ooh,
go.
and again, like as an actor, they literally had to like kick her into this, and this is tough. I mean, if you have to think about the actors, this woman's naked with the chastity belt, and she was just rolled into a probably about a 6 foot hole, 4 to 6 feet, and the way that they shot it, it wasn't like they did cut scenes and stuff, so you actually do see the bodies colliding in the hole. So
Right.
I wonder if there was like a some accidents on set.
They might be
Oof,
dummies. They might just have
you think?
mannequins on there. But there
I
goes
think these are
Lucy.
dummies. Yeah.
Now they're gonna dig the hole or fill the hole back in. Hopefully there's no more mice.
Serves them right.
But
Look at
the dirt was dry. I mean,
uh, surface dirt.
yeah, but with the rain from the night before, it must be really dry there. So now we have Anna, and we're getting pretty close to the final third of the movie. The only thing that
Ugh.
we need now is a woman to come in and give us a 3 minute exposition of what the hell just happened for the last.
Well, basically, what this movie's about is uh is about to get revealed.
Right. Yeah. It's, if you happen to see a review up for this movie, it's explaining what happened for the last, 40 minutes about the ghoul, about the household, about the girl trying to cut her arm off. And
So
then
this woman,
it's going to
yeah.
sort of justify what's going to happen after this. So Lucy did really escape. She was tortured and abused by the people that they just killed, the family, the mom and dad.
It's yeah, and it turns out that they're part of like this organization that does this for fun, I guess, or for some cause.
Yeah, for some experiment. Uh, so they took it upon themselves to figure out how people can transcend the worst situations by making people suffer. And they figured that women have a better chance, or yeah, have a better chance of transcending their trauma. And then the word transfiguration comes up, and I have the definition of transfiguration. When it says transfiguration, what do you think of?
I think of you're basically becoming something else, not transcending, but actually physically becoming something different,
Okay.
something more than.
Do you know anybody in history that you might have heard who's a good example of
Hmm.
transfiguration?
I think there was a guy back in, biblical times or pre-biblical times. Jesus, I believe, was the only guy.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Did I nail it? Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he turned into energy and just rose to the sky, right? Uh,
Hey,
so transfiguration is a change in form or appearance, an exalting, glorifying, or spiritual change.
and how do you justify that? I mean, like at this point, you see that their methods are very brutal, very primal, and that the pictures are all, I don't know if they're their victims or if they're just moments of, great great glory in their club's history, because they really do come off as like this snuff photography club.
Yeah, yeah, and just saying, oh yeah, we're just trying to figure out, this is a philosophical inquiry here. Yeah, we're just doing this for humanity. So we're looking at a list of people who have gone past, like you said, victims, who've taken all the pain, all the sins of everyone else, and transcended, and that's what they call martyrs. Hence the title of the movie, Martyrs. And don't you like that, Brian, when they say the name of the movie in the movie?
I always love that. A perfect example of that would be, of course, and I just used it, Perfect Storm. You know, the crescendo moment when they actually sneak the title into the
We
movie.
got a hurricane coming this way. We got a nor'easter coming this way, and we got a,
If these
cold
two,
front
you
coming
know,
from that way. What is it?
we got a sprinkle meeting a thunderstorm, and if these two storms meet, it'll be a.
We have a gentle breeze coming from Delaware. Oh, come on. Yeah, it's the perfect storm. So now this woman, even though she's an old woman, I guess she never married, so she's called Mademoiselle rather than Madame, which is more of a Mrs. to a Miss.
I'd have to default to you. I have no clue.
Yeah, well,
Well, she's explaining to her. She's explaining to Anna. This woman goes into this very long diatribe of explaining to her what the methods of the club are, what their goals are. Uh, you don't really get it. Maybe like my simple mind, I just didn't grasp what the hell she was talking about.
it's just throwing shit at us by now, and it's if you're watching this movie and you make it past that part, good on you. Good on you, because this movie just with
She's oh,
there were just
it's
so many
kind of
cliches to get to this point, and this is where the movie really finds its focus. No matter how disturbing it is, this is where the movie does well. I think, in my opinion.
man. Okay, so I mean, like up to this point, you're you're constantly saying to yourself like, what the hell is this movie about? At first, you thought it was about like torture, abuse, young, and then there all of a sudden there's like ghosts, and then there's like the psychological aspect of like, is she crazy? Is she not? Doesn't
Right.
matter. It seems none of that seems to have mattered.
No.
The
Whatever it did, it just got us here, and this is what I think the movie was made for. Everything else was just yeah, we need a full length feature. So come up with some ideas. Have you seen The Grudge? Yeah. Have you seen The
yeah.
Shining? Yeah. Well, yeah, we can do some sort of, mix in there. Have you seen the Swedish
It's
version of The Matrix? Yeah.
always wanted to do it. So at this scene, she's chained to the wall. She's freaking out. There's a chair in the middle of the room with a hole in it, and that bucket. If you look at it, the bucket kind of looks full. Is it me, or is it just a reflection of lighting there?
I didn't look
That
at
pee,
it,
man,
but
that pee bucket looks full already, and she's just gotten there. That may be why she's freaking out right
hey,
now.
you
Just
got to
like,
stay hydrated. Uh,
uh,
yeah, so she's not chained to the chair, but she's chained to the wall with, I don't know, 15-foot
pretty
chains.
pretty long chains. I mean, the chains allow her to kind of take up the whole space. She
Yes,
can
she's got some
she
room to
can
move, room to
she
move.
can.
So,
There's a dirty mattress on the other side. And there's a chair in the middle of the room with a bucket underneath for waste. Now, this is the same room that um the virtual reality woman uh
Is it?
was in.
Because it's
Yeah, yeah,
it's
same.
well lit. Her room was dark, even though she had a mask over her eyes, which doesn't really.
Well, I think the Swedish Mafia turned the lights on.
Oh, and they forgot to turn it off. I see.
Yeah, no, now it's active. So before, I think
Oh, we
uh
turned lights to LED now. Leave them
it's
on. No
mood light.
worries. We're green.
Right, right.
We're green. No worries.
Before, I think the parents of the tickle monster children left the lights
The
off.
true monsters of this film. The true monsters, the brother and sister. The true horror of the film. I mean that.
That was the creepiest moment. That's
Oh,
yeah.
I had nightmares from that one scene. So yeah, now she's sleeping on the floor in a dark place. That makes sense. But now we come out of
Not using
black,
the
out of
mattress.
fade.
Not using the mattress though. Why isn't she using the mattress? I guess because the woman was on the mattress, and you don't want to.
So
You
she's
know, I'd be
sleeping
worried
on the
about bed
chair now.
bugs.
So she woke up off the floor and said, "This isn't comfortable. I'm gonna go sleep on the chair."
Again, avoiding the mattress. So I mean, like she might be concerned about bed bugs at this point.
Yeah.
Like who's slept on that mattress?
Yeah.
Anybody who's been to a hostel or a very cheap motel has the same fear.
Oh, I've been in a few of those where it's just like, oh my God. Have you been in a hotel where you want to take your shoes off?
Yeah,
There was
yeah.
never a moment where the skin of the bottom of your feet touched the floor?
Oh, have you been in a hotel where you just don't want to sleep on the bed at all? You get to your room and, uh, if I may, share a little truth. Worst hotel I've ever stayed in was up in, I think it was Poughkeepsie or West Point, New York, for a friend of ours' graduation from West Point. We went up there and stayed the night, and a couple of us split a room, and I slept in a chair. I think because the room was just that disgusting. And it was actually the room she's being tortured in was much cleaner.
Yeah, I I noticed this. Like this movie is all
It
about
was terrible.
blood, all about gore, but at the same time, it's like spick and span.
Yeah, they do the juxtaposition with the textures and the lighting and all that stuff. So she's being force-fed gruel at this point by her captors.
Right, going back to it, and we actually see what the gruel is. It's just pureed. Looks just like cream of cauliflower soup or something.
Yeah, it looks like pea soup too. Yeah, she's getting her veggies, and
Yeah, they want her alive. So
oh, so she's just gonna cycle in and out of torture. So they're gonna trade. The woman comes down to feed her and bathe her, and the man comes down to just physically beat her.
oh, now we see there's a hole in the seat.
Oh,
Now,
is that
speaking
necessary?
of hole in the seat, was there a hole in your seat that you slept in? And I think it was
No, in that hotel. We stayed in like South America, Latin America, and the worst hotel I ever stayed in was in New York State.
High Point. The town's called High Point. That West
Oh,
Point's
you
at
okay? So
High Point.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of rock
There was
eaters up there.
Man, there was a hole in the bathroom, like just a hole in the wall near the ceiling.
Was that the
Just ex-
urinal?
it was in the ceiling, but I mean, like I didn't. It was disgusting.
Huh.
You know.
I drove
Uh,
up. I had my family there that night. I
yeah, because it was just a full disclosure, it was Jasper's brother. But the I remember at that point we had the room key. I was in the doorway of the room. It was one of those double decker motels, and so you had full view of the parking lot. Just back to the movie. This is the routine beating.
Oh,
She's gonna receive.
this is all right. All jokes aside, this is one of the most painful series of scenes, or just this guy is just gonna beat the crap out of her, and this is as gritty as it gets. I mean, whoever choreographed this, I just have one question: what the fuck's wrong with you? I mean,
Well, how about the whole movie? Whoever wrote the screenplay. There was a little bit of psychological torture. The guy kind of stepped aside to make it look like she could run for the ladder,
yeah, she's
only to
unchained.
catch her. You know,
She's passed out. She's knocked out.
and he's taking care to like brush the hair away from her face. He's waking her up gently with some slaps.
Just to
Uh,
knock her back out.
just yeah.
Now he picks
So,
her up, choke slams her. Now she's up, and she's falling. Ooh, punch while falling. Man, this guy.
oh,
So he just
At least,
beat the crap out of her. She's knocked out, unconscious, on the ground, unchained. The ladder goes up.
yeah, she's still unchained.
Are we gonna fight her on the
So,
chair?
um,
Yep.
it all comes back to that.
Yeah,
Well,
so she's
that's
just
where the
like,
bucket is.
I wasn't comfortable on the floor without the chains, so I put the chains back on, and then I went back. Now we get a haircut,
Well, you gotta keep,
and
hygiene. Hygiene is important when you're being held captive.
yeah, I mean, so she's getting the haircut. Now, as an actress, I wonder, you know, do
When
you
you
get
sign on
paid
for
more? Do you
like,
get paid more to get your haircut like this?
I think it's all in the negotiation in the beginning.
Because I mean, this has got to just be a traumatic event, just regardless. Because I mean, I've never really had long hair, so I can't.
It took a long time, right? Yeah.
I could never get to that point where that would be real long for me. That kind of haircut right there. But just as a person, you spend like 2 years growing your hair or your whole life, and then they just cut it just for this shot. I mean, I don't know. It's be pretty serious. Now back this, looks pretty styled here.
Yeah, actually, it doesn't look half bad. She's being force fed again, the pea soup. And every time she spits it out, she gets slapped. She gets kind of open hand slapped across the face, and
Yeah.
then force fed again. So
Now we never see the face. So do you think this is the actual actress?
I can't tell if that's a man or a woman. I mean, like to steal something from Seinfeld, those are man hands. And I know, like when she's going to the ladder, they kind of show that she has long blonde hair, and on some later scenes, they reference that it's a man and a woman taking care of her.
No, I'm talking about Anna. If that's really Anna or not, the same actress.
Ah, I wouldn't see why they would pay someone extra to sit in just for that scene, that back scene.
I don't know. He's like, we need this shot. Come on, man. We filmed 3 months ago. I need that shot because we never saw her face. And then the next scene, we get down. All right. So now she's unlocked again. She's getting beat up again. Same guy. He just has a club shirt on. He's got his dress shirt.
Yeah, oh, very stylish. Always very stylish.
Yeah. Locks her
So
back up. So this is just torture. I mean, this is
yeah, but
about
also psychological and physical. So he's beating her, but he's also at times like pretty gentle with her when he sets her back into the chair, and uh, so it's kind of a duality there.
right. I mean, this
Good cop
is
and bad cop.
it's just painful. It's a painful
Maybe a
thing.
good cop. To watch. Yeah, I mean, takes time. This is about this transpires over like 30 minutes of actual screen time.
No dialogue,
No dialogue.
unless you call punch to the face a dialogue. That's the real talking. But now we get a bath scene here, and that girl is dehydrated because that's some yellow piss.
Oh,
Not supposed
oh,
to. You're not supposed to piss that yellow. We're gonna get a sponge bath because now she's on a mattress.
she's finally made it to the mattress.
Yeah.
She's about to get sponged down.
Now she's got a crew cut, haircut, which makes me think that it was another actress.
No, because you could always go from that short hair to the crew cut, and so she's being sponge bath off. Why? Who knows? But again, there's another moment of tenderness because I think the woman who sponge baths her kind of like says, like you're ready, or it's almost over. Kind of gives her a little hope.
Right. Well, no, not her. It's Lucy. She's talking to Lucy.
I didn't catch that. I thought it was at the end of this here.
Uh, I don't know. I mean, there's not.
So
So yeah, it was a sponge bath. So they're keeping her clean, shaving her legs. I read that on IMDb. They're like, they cut her hair. They did all this. This must be going over a certain period of time. But her. Okay, see, there's head rubbing there. You're
see,
right.
that's what I'm talking about. Oh,
Head
but he
petting.
rubs her head, kind of like gently, and then knees her in the face.
Oh man. I mean, it's just God, it's just as a
She's still got some fighting in her. At this point, she's still fighting back. You
yeah,
know,
she's not ready. She
but psychologically, she's worn down because she doesn't attack for too long, and as soon as he turns his back, she gives kind of a half-assed weak, and he responds with an open hand slap that probably would have knocked me out.
yeah, not Anna though. No, she's
No, she's it stung. She's crying.
she's pretty tough. Now this
She's
is
worn out.
this is kind
I'm worn
of
out from watching.
similar to yeah. This is just horrible. Similar to V for Vendetta also.
Yes, a good comparison.
I
The
mean,
wearing down, the prisoner effect. Losing
right,
hope.
but there was a little
But
bit more empathy in that one because
oh,
you
I
had
mean,
the character connecting with the red roses and all that stuff. But now we just
right, and like there's certain allowances that she got where this girl Anna is just, there's no hope, and you can kind of at this point sympathize with like when's it going to end? What's the outcome? Every time the ladder slides down, you never know what's coming. So, as an audience, um, you're getting tortured as well.
yeah,
Like, ugh,
yeah. But once again, I'll say again that this is much more moving for me. Not in a good way, but it creates something for me rather than the middle part of the movie, which was just a clusterfuck, just a jumble.
right,
It just so if I had to choose between which part of the movie I'd watch this because it just seems much more focused, much more.
definitely more on direction. You know.
Yeah,
And
and
a little bit more artistic, and you get this. Whereas like with the ghoul and stuff, there was just what the heck was going on there.
right.
You're right. It was like a college short film submitted, and they're like, this is a good idea. Why don't you expand this?
Oh
And
shit.
right, we had 15 minutes of content that we need to stretch into 90. So
Okay,
that
now
was just
see, Anna, are you here? See, this is Lucy because she
and
says
of
yes,
course
Lucy,
you can.
and
She's speaking, but she's not moving her mouth.
yeah, this is an internal dialogue. Uh, so Anna is close according to
hmm
their ideas in this movie that you get to a certain point where you just transcend the pain.
And so there was a similar element in V for Vendetta, wherein you get broken in a sense, where there's really nothing more that they could do to you that will get them any further to their goal.
Right. Sure. Yeah, I mean that was much more palatable, easier to take, B for
I agree.
Vendetta.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, this movie came out after that movie, so. But you can see now she's just eating the gruel. She's not spitting it back
Yeah,
out
kind of submitted.
because
So the discourse that she had in her head with the fictitious Lucy was to just let go. You know,
even
not so
though
much give. Yeah,
even though Lucy didn't let go, she was
never
fighting. But
to the end.
I guess
But that also might have caused Lucy to go nuts because she was fighting herself a lot. The ghoul and cutting herself.
possibly. But she did
A lot
let
of
go
men.
at the end by slicing her
Oh,
own throat.
quitter. Like I said, she just quit.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did the
So
ultimate quit.
Anna is quitting in a different way. She's submitting to the fact that she is powerless.
Oh, so now we just have another scene. This guy must not have too many shirts because he's back to the to the red shirt
Yeah,
here.
he's just strangely well dressed. Well groomed. He's got a shirt tucked in.
Yeah.
Looks like he bought it at the Express. Shout out to the Express.
Have nothing to do with them. Okay, you're not scared anymore. No? At least she's not sleep. Well, she must not be scared because she's not sleeping on the chair. So.
No, I don't know if she made it. She probably couldn't make it back to the chair at this point. She received a pretty brutal beating last scene, and so she's the fear of physical abuse seems to have left her. She's beginning her transcendence.
The electrical bill at this place because they're just leaving all the lights on. It's just unbelievable.
Hey man, if they're LEDs,
We've gone green. We're still horrible monsters, disgusting people, but yeah, we're saving the environment.
So a weird moment here with compassion again, with the gentleness. Um, so she
Okay.
grabs her hand. They're holding hands. He brushes her, and here it is, where the captor says, "You'll be all right."
There's a male and female captor. The female captor is the one who's feeding her, bathing her. The male one is the one beating her up. So the
Mhm.
female said, "You'll be right." You were right, Brian. Sorry.
Of course, I was just waiting for that. So there's the
But of
gentle,
course,
gentle.
but of course.
Très bien.
What are you,
So,
stupid? Uh, all right, go on.
she's rubbing her face. So there's actually some consoling, some gentle kindness, and all this bleakness.
Yeah,
So I don't
now
know.
it comes to the
Here he comes again,
now.
Doctor Express shirt.
Yeah,
Now in his scrubs.
he was beating the hell out of her with his Sunday bests, and now for some reason he decides to put a mask on.
He's in like ninja surgeon gear.
If you see your doctor wearing these scrubs, do not go.
Yeah, where do they sell like full black um scrubs like that? I don't.
I don't. Germany, 1940.
Mangala, the Mangala collection.
Now we're in this traction device, which reminds me of the movie The Outsiders with Ralph Macchio. Anna would be Ralph Macchio, and she's getting flipped around to her facing down,
Right, like she's
hanging
about to
there,
get the
and this is where she'd
casket.
say, "Stay golden, pony boy."
Pony boy. Uh,
That was the character's name, Pony Boy.
oh yeah, I'd have to rewatch that.
Now he's cutting
He looks to be.
off the shirt that she's been wearing for God knows how long.
Oh, oh, ah! I
Yep.
can stop watching.
Now, yeah, we can finish the movie. The breast shot has been there.
Somebody call Mr. Skin. It only took an hour and 24 minutes.
There was the girl in the tub.
Yeah, yes, that's true. But she wasn't a main character. She was so thin and gaunt. It kind of, like again, physically looked more like Mr. Burns from The Simpsons than.
Oh. And then the
So at this point,
ghoul was kind of naked running around the whole time.
again, with all those cuts and everything, it's just not the, not. I don't know, not attractive for me. At this point, she's being cut into by it looks like a pair of scissors. You only see her facial reaction.
Right.
It's
And
very
she's
gruesome.
now she looks like Rocky after Rocky 2.
And again, why did they spare all of a sudden? Did they spare like the gruesome graphic uh, with this at this scene at this point in the movie? This is the only point where they've spared you the graphic
Well,
brutality.
this is the pop right here. Uh, so she's in a wheelchair. She's getting chained up, kind of crucified look, and here we go. She has been skinned alive. Only thing remaining,
Except for her face.
flayed is the term, I guess. The face skin is still there. I guess her hand and feet skin are still there.
Uh,
Otherwise, her skin
oh,
has been removed.
nice abs though.
Yeah, well,
This guy actually looks like my neighbor next door.
uh-oh. So, yeah, this guy, he taken off his scrubs, which kind of looks like a suit top backwards, like a smock,
Yeah, it's
and
like a straight jacket smock.
him beating up the girl is not enough to get rid of those love handles, but I know how
Oh
that
no.
is. He's taking a
We cast
shower.
no judgment there.
No, no, please.
Looks like
Need to
she's
be,
getting a vanilla protein smoothie.
yeah, need to be eating that puree. Uh,
No, notice he's going commando there.
I think it was brown underwear.
And what's with the nick on the back of the neck? So at this point in the movie, he's getting dressed, and he puts his hand on the back of the neck and realizes that he had nicked himself. He's bleeding. Seems to be a surprise to him. The woman is preparing the protein gruel,
Her food.
and yep, she's heading down to feed Anna, the newly flayed Anna.
I don't think it was he cut himself. I think it was just blood from Anna
You
somehow got
think?
up there.
Oh. See,
But
I mean, like
even
at
though
that point,
after
like,
taking the shower, but he can't get rid of her blood. But this goes to
ah,
this goes to the thing where it's a bloody movie, but they're
Hmm.
trying to sterilize it at the same time.
See, I don't understand the point of these scenes where like there's almost some like civil interaction between the torturers, and there's a cutaway of him cleaning his neck for some reason. Uh, the female torturer runs back and says, "Oh my God, she's ready. She now has the look."
Yeah. So Anna's there. She's been skinned alive, coming close to the end of the movie. She had this, but we forgot to mention that this couple ended up moving into the house of the massacre, cleaned up all the bloodstains, redecorated the sunroom, and are just living there now. So shotgun blasts, cleaned up. They must have a pretty good contractor. So now Anna is going to zoom in on her eye, and now we're going to go into her mind and see her transfiguration. And I thought this was a good scene. I mean, it might be a little hokey.
Okay, I don't know. I mean, like they do sprinkle in a lot of art, like a lot of
I mean, this is very
artistic shot.
gentle. This is a gentle scene. There's no big guy with long white hair and a white beard saying, "Come to me, come to me." It's just nice.
Did you just say that like there's no Zeus
There's no
waiting for
Zeus, there's no Father God or whatever.
her?
It's just a bright
Father
light.
time.
It's it's kind of a smoky light. I think it's cool. I mean, I think this is about as tasteful as this movie has been, will be. And so Anna has transcended this experience.
She's out of here. Peace.
So now we're going back to her eye, and now the movie just sort of the torture is just about done. We got a close up, zoom out of her eye. Pretty good makeup. I mean, not too bad. Her ears are gone. She's skinned alive, not bleeding as much as I would think.
Just seeing that kind of skews me out because I'm just worried about infection at that point.
So now we have kind of a weird scene. We have this old Mercedes.
Yep. Herr Hitler's
Oh, we have the Mademoiselle. She doesn't have time for pleasantries. Out of my
nope,
way, out of my way.
straight to business.
I here to see the dead girl, Al. My mama, she said to me when I little girl, "Happy first birthday, little girl. Here is a carton, a cigarette. You smoke
Que,
this,
que
now you
será,
a woman.
será.
Get a job." So, Mademoiselle's there. She's looking. Now there's a guy with white scrubs. I guess the black is just for her. We have a scene here where I guess they're going to try to put adamantium into Anna.
This is where the movie really takes a turn.
Yeah. Now she gets her adamantium claws. Uh, Mademoiselle's like, "Did you see? Did you see?" The other world, I don't know what.
They could have got Dame Judi Dench to do this.
I don't know how good her French is, but
I don't know how good this woman's French is. Yes, yes, you have secrets for me. Um, so Anna is revealing her experience to this woman, whispering it in her ear. This Mademoiselle character is listening intently.
But can we hear the
Oh,
whispers? Do we know what it
no,
is? Is there
you cannot.
any
Except you
subtitles?
now you see her jaw drop, and here comes like uh, the Fast and Furious,
Late
circa.
70s, yeah.
I was gonna say circa 1946. They're all
Uh,
German cars except for one Jaguar.
I would say late
Yeah.
70s. All mint condition. A lot of gray hairs.
Oh yeah, this is definitely like the Academy voting block for the Oscars.
Yeah.
No diversity, no
Yeah.
diversity.
Someone got lost. They thought they were part of the timeshare group here, but no.
So there's a very large group of older white people entering the house, all mostly elderly, white hairs. entering the house, all very well dressed. Almost looks like a funeral
Yeah,
uh,
color coordinated.
or a TED talk. Yeah, and they're filling the room. Congratulating each other and shaking hands.
Yeah, yeah. Rhubarb, rhubarb, rhubarb.
Rubble, rubble, rubble. The
in,
hamburger
in this
differential.
very house. Speaking of this house, you might not know there was
Oh, it's a showing. He's showing the house.
this auction. Little did they know there was a massacre here. But before we get to that, yes, 17 years.
Do I have 2,000?
Going once, going twice. Don't
People.
look in the basement. It's a
Yeah.
little messy. Forget the bloody girl hanging.
This scene reminded me a little bit of the Da Vinci Code, kind of
Yeah, the
like
Saint
with
Green Club or
yeah,
whatever.
yes, where they get together and they have this kind of like weird ritual-esque um, order to them,
Yeah,
where what they're into is just doesn't make sense.
yeah. After Tom Hanks's character leaves, they they take Audrey Tatooine,
Hmm.
and they go skin her alive in the basement. uh, yeah, this is just picks up where uh,
Da
the Da
Vinci
Vinci
left off.
Code left off. They went back down to the basement. It's just like, oh Jesus. So Mademoiselle spoke to Anna. Now she's
And so the whole meeting was to prepare. Mademoiselle's going to come out and give a revelation of Anna's confession, to which
otherworldly experience, I guess. But Mademoiselle's taking her time, taking her fake eyelashes off.
she's becoming deep prettied. Took her makeup off, taking her eyebrow extensions or whatever they're off, undoing her hair extensions. Oh, that's kind of gross. Um, and she's talking to the auctioneer through the door. He warmed up the crowd. She's gonna come and give her speech. You
And
know.
and here comes the fuck you to the audience.
Oh my God, yeah.
Could you imagine? There's an after death. What is after
Is
death?
that- Yeah.
And he says, "What?" And he says,
He's the
"No, I
audience.
can't imagine." And now she's got a revolver, and boom, shoots herself in the mouth.
And fiend, you know, Alfine.
And now we have a Webster's dictionary moment here, a little English lesson, or martyr, uh, means witness, derived from the Greek word witness. So we just witnessed.
Oh, this is where they reveal that we, the audience, are actually the martyrs for having witnessed the film and sat there for nearly 2 hours.
Yeah, unfortunately,
For
we don't have a pistol in our handbag where we can just pull a mademoiselle.
yes, to this inexplicable purpose of this film.
So whatever revelation the director is trying to share, it's sort of just like, you'll just never know.
Yeah,
You'll never
you
know.
figure it out. You
Yeah.
figure it out. What did I mean by making this film?
Oh.
You decide.
Okay, now we're going back into more uplifting, where we see the happier times of Anna and
Because yeah,
Lucy, which is
back to the
good.
8 mm,
I mean,
the snuff film footage prior, because it's shot in 8 mm, and it reminds me of the Nicolas Cage movie 8 mm.
yeah, I think we saw that in the theater together. Oh my god.
Uh, Negative. I didn't see that in the theater. Thank God. I don't think I've ever seen that movie all the way through.
Yeah, I mean, stick with Batman, Joel Silver. Uh,
But we couldn't go a Seat Kickers episode without referencing Nicolas Cage. So thought I'd sneak that in there.
I'll take it. That sounds great. That's a great scene.
Yeah,
Okay,
great,
now
great.
we're in part 5, I believe. We
Or
have parking
Fink,
lot,
Sink.
tickets, previews,
Oh,
picture,
yeah, man.
credits.
What'd you think? What'd you think of the film?
Oh my god.
Exactly. Literally, you can't say anything other than that, or like,
All right, now we're in our bonus part, part 6, parking lot part 2. We got to go home, but before we do, I guess we'll come up with our final assessment. Brian, what did you think?
I would definitely be kicking the seat on this one, just because I'd be restless Yeah, the plot kind of twisted and snaked around, and not enough to keep your focus. So I'd probably be fidgeting a lot. Well, how about you?
I would be kicking the seat too. The beginning part of the movie, I would have been drawn in. However, the second part of the movie, I would have just been bored out of my gourd and just not good. And then by the end of the movie, I would have been kicking the seat just out of pure,
Oh, yeah.
just uncomfortableness, just not happy. So yeah, this one deserves a good seat kicking.
Oh, definitely.
So, all right, well, thanks for coming and drive home safe. We'll see you at the theater next time.
Bye.